Welcome to Legends of All Time. Today you'll meet a man who never commanded armies, never ruled an empire, and never wrote a single book with his own hand. Yet his ideas shaped China for more than 2,000 years. His name is Confucius, and he turned everyday life into a school of wisdom. Imagine a country falling apart. Rulers fight for power, officials are corrupt, ordinary people don't trust anyone. Streets are full of fear and tension. That was China during the time of Confucius. He didn't try to fix it with weapons. He tried to fix it with ideas. Not abstract theories, but simple rules for how to be a decent human. Confucius was born around 551 BCE in the state of Lu, in what is now eastern China. His family wasn't rich. His father died when he was young, so he had to grow up fast. As a boy, he worked small jobs, but he was always drawn to learning. He studied history, rituals, music. He watched how people behaved. He asked himself one question again and again: how can people live together without destroying each other? He came up with a bold answer. Society starts with the person. If a person learns to respect others, control anger, keep promises, then the family becomes stable. When families are stable, the state becomes stable. So instead of shouting, "Change the world," Confucius said, "Start with yourself." He believed that true power is not in swords or money, but in character. His teaching later got a name, Confucianism. At its heart are a few strong ideas. The first is Ren, humaneness, kindness, the ability to feel another person's pain. It's not a theory, it's what you do when no one is watching. You help a stranger. You don't cheat, even if you could get away with it. You control your temper when you want to explode. For Confucius, a great person is not the loudest, but the most humane. The second key idea is respect and duty within relationships. He spoke a lot about the bond between parent and child, ruler and subject, husband and wife, older and younger, not as chains, but as responsibilities. Parents care and guide. Children honor and support. Rulers lead with fairness. People respond with loyalty. When each rule is taken seriously, chaos shrinks. When everyone thinks only of themselves, trouble grows fast. Confucius also loved rules of behavior, or rituals, not just big ceremonies, but small daily actions. How you greet someone, how you speak at the table, how you show gratitude. To him, rituals are like training for the heart. You practice respect in small things so it becomes natural in big things. It's like going to the gym, but for your character. He didn't live as a quiet thinker in a cave. He tried to bring his ideas into politics. He worked as an official in his home state and pushed for honest government. He believed a ruler should lead by example. If the leader is greedy and cruel, no law will save the country. If the leader is just and disciplined, people will follow without fear. Once he said that if names and roles are correct, if words match actions, then order will return. But politics didn't always welcome him. Some rulers saw him as a threat. He was too honest, too direct. So Confucius spent years traveling from state to state, offering his advice, often being rejected, sometimes even chased away. Imagine an elderly teacher walking dusty roads with a small group of students, still believing that his words might someday change the world. That stubborn hope is part of his legend. His students loved him. They followed him, listened, asked questions, argued. After his death, they collected his sayings and dialogues into a book called the Analects. That's how his voice survived. Short, sharp phrases, clear answers. Sometimes a joke, sometimes a warning. From those fragments, we see a man who is strict, but also deeply caring. He pushed his students to think, not just repeat. Over centuries, Confucianism became the backbone of Chinese life. If someone wanted to become an official, they had to study his ideas and pass tough exams based on classic texts. Families taught children to respect parents and elders following his model. Temples were built in his honor. Emperors used his teachings to justify rule and to demand loyalty. His thought shaped laws, schools, even how people greeted each other. Of course, not everything was perfect. Sometimes Confucian ideas were used to keep people obedient and silent. Too much focus on respect can crush freedom if rulers abuse power. Too much stress on tradition can block change. But at its best, Confucianism is about balance, discipline with kindness, respect with responsibility, tradition with inner honesty. What makes Confucius still interesting today? His problems sound modern. How to stay decent in a dirty system. How to keep families from falling apart. How to behave when no one is forcing you. He doesn't promise miracles. He tells you to work on yourself every day. Be honest in small things. Speak carefully. Learn constantly. Treat others the way you'd want your own family to be treated. Simple, but not easy. Think about social media drama, office conflicts, or family arguments. Confucius would ask, are you adding noise or building harmony? Are you chasing quick likes or long-term respect? He would say that real success is when people around you trust you and feel calmer, not more nervous, after talking to you. In that sense, his wisdom fits any century.
So when you hear the name Confucius, don't imagine just an old statue with a long beard. Picture a tired traveler with a bright mind, walking from city to city, trying to convince powerful men that kindness and justice are not weakness. Picture a teacher surrounded by students, asking tough questions and forcing them to think about right and wrong in their daily lives. If this story of Confucius and his timeless ideas inspired you, make sure to hit like, subscribe to Legends of All Time, and check out other videos on our channel. There are many more great minds and powerful stories waiting for you.